It's the end of a night out. Time to go home. So you whip out your phone and hail a Lyft. The app automatically knows your address, but in a more serious situation, an emergency, do 911 dispatchers have that same information?
I don't know where to send help unless they tell me, and I'm not always going to know exactly where they're at 100%.
Tammy Kimbrell is the senior dispatcher and 911 coordinator for Kern County.
I love my job. I came to this department because I wanted to help people, and I know that sounds cliche, but I felt this was my way of doing that.
It's a tough job. Tammy says she still remembers her first homicide call made by a 5-year-old boy.
Just hearing all that raw emotion from his family and him just wanting to get help, and they're yelling at him to get off phone, but he's like, I've got to help my brother, kind of thing.
But every call presents challenges, she says, especially when callers can't talk or assume the system can track their exact location, which can cause confusion, frustration, and even delays in moments where every second counts.
So they're like, you know where I'm calling from, so just send me help, but we don't.
So how does the system work? Well, when you make a 911 call with your cell phone, the signal is sent to a nearby cell tower.
Dispatchers receive that information as Phase 1, which identifies the general area you're calling from, even if you have a different area code, but it's not that specific. Depending on the technology, Phase 2 retrieves location data, which gets an approximate latitude and longitude. If you're calling from inside unincorporated Kern County, your call will come here to the Kern County Communication Center. Inside, what information do dispatchers see? Well, we decided to test it out.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Hi, this is Matt with Channel 29. We're just doing a test call.
The computer gives an address and 2 numbers for Phase 2, a distance and a percentage of confidence. In our test, it didn't give us the right address, but it was within an 11-meter radius and 90% certainty. Tammy says that's about as accurate as it gets, but it's not always the case.
I would say the most difficult time that we have is usually like with the rescue calls. If they're up in the lake area or the mountain area, those are giving huge ranges and percentiles, so it's not really accurate, even if it is a Phase 2.
Law enforcement has little control over the accuracy. That data comes straight from the equipment owned by wireless phone providers. According to mandates by the FCC, it will be a long process before that information improves. By this April, providers must give dispatchers a location within 50 meters for 40% of all 911 calls. But even by 2021, only 80% must be within 50 meters. The most accurate location comes from you, Tammy says. If she has any advice, if you find yourself calling 911, know your surroundings and stay calm.
The more information you provide me, the more information I can relay to the deputies or the officers responding, and then they can actually find the person that hurt you, or find the suspect as they're fleeing, find your car if it's stolen, find your baby if they're missing.
Reporting in Bakersfield, Matt Boone, Eyewitness News.